This is Sean Ellering, manager of the foundation, and you're watching Hashtag Truth with Scott Larson.
I want the money.
Cause we're always looking out for you. Always looking out for you. Always looking out for you. Always looking out for you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hashtag Truth. Tonight we have Mr. Zack Zullo of AWC. But before we get to him, I got to make a couple of quick announcements. First off, the 4th annual Billy Ruff Memorial Cup will be coming up on October 26th at the Forest City National Guard Armory. The cup will be in honor of Anna Page Wright, who is the daughter of Ben and Destiny Wright. She was born with multiple medical conditions. All proceeds from the Memorial Cup will go to her family to help her pay her medical bills. You don't want to miss that. It's about 3 shows out, but we want to start getting the information out ahead of time to let everybody know about it. The second, and I'm really looking forward to this one, guys. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Thursday night Slapdown is starting this Thursday night at 8 o'clock with me and Chuck Winchester. This is going to be a kind of a wrestling show, but not a wrestling show. We're going to talk about anything and everything. Show up, have some fun. We're going to talk about everything from movies to video games to just whatever decides to come up. We're going to have a great time. We might even throw in a few guests. We're just going to get together and man, just have a blast. So you guys look forward to that. This Thursday night, we have I have an interview at 7 o'clock, and then this show will come on right afterwards. So be looking for that. We will be looking for you. Mr. Zack Zullo, Mr. AWC, Mr. Dead Man's Party. How are you doing tonight, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to hearing all about Dead Man's Party. We've done this before, but there's always, changes to things, and things always come up, and, you never know. So I wanted to have you on the show again to talk about everything that's going on, all the matches that we're going to see coming up on October 5th. Hashtag Truth is going to be there, so just to let everybody know, I'm not going to miss this one. So, yeah, tell us about it, man. Let us know.
Well, I mean, you kind of did the promoting for me there just a second ago, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, Dead Man's Party, man. It's going to be a great. I don't even call it an event. I don't even call them events anymore. I don't even call them shows or experiences, man. That's what that's what we're pushing toward, man. AWC, we're trying to do something different that not other promotions or organizations, groups, whatever you want to call them, are doing. We don't have shows you can miss, shows you can catch on repeat or whatever. Events, yeah, they're special, but experiences, man, something you never forget. And Dead Man's Party is going to be one of those. It's going to be a hell of an experience. We've got 8 action-packed matches. We've got a ladder match. We got a first blood match. We got a non-sanctioned match between Blackness Jack and Damian Wayne.
Let me go ahead and put it up here, man. Let me put it up here on the screen so everybody can see. There is everything that's going to be going on at Dead Man's Party, man. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, starting from the top left over there, you got a fatal 4-way elimination match with James Hall, Nathaniel Rose, TK Cross, and Keith Gavins. A couple of those guys are from out of Tennessee. Of course, TK Cross has been with us for a while, and James Hall, he'll be debuting with us as well. So those guys are going to be fighting for a chance to advance in the All-Star Heavyweight Title Tournament. Then you got the women's match between Laura Lovelace and Regina Honey Badger. Those two, man, I know nobody's ever seen them down here before, but I promise you that's how we got a hold of them. We scouted some, new female talent, which is not to say anything against the girls that are down here now, but we want to do something different. So we got a hold of these two, and coincidentally enough, these two have a history, and they're going to bring it down to Dead Man's Party, and it's going to be nothing short of vicious, I'm telling you. Of course, you got the main event on the top right there, Moose versus Montana Black. the Monster versus Moose. It's something we were supposed to have a few months ago back at One for the Road. Of course, that never happened due to certain obligations and things changing, but we're going to bring it back to Dead Man's Party for you. Montana Black, man, he's in a whole nother mindset for October 5th. And, of course, Moose, he's Impact. He's Mr. Impact. I mean, you can't go wrong there. So then we got the 8-man tag match. The self-proclaimed New War with Nefarious, the Teller Brothers, and Tucker White against 2/4 of, or I guess 2/5 rather, of 5-Star District. And then we got Jet Yeager and Jack Morgan, an 8-man tag, which will be really neat. And then Mr. Chuck Winchester, a.k.a. Mr. Ivan M. Righteous, your partner in crime there, is going to be addressing the situation with the 5-Star District, kind of what's going on there with the State of the 5-Star District address. It'll be, if nothing else, it'll be interesting because you know how Mr. Ivan
It'll be entertaining, if nothing else, right?
Yeah, for sure. Then, of course, the ladder match, triple threat ladder match. We're going to crown our new next generation champion. First champion that's been next generation champion probably for, good grief, 6-7 years. We've purchased a brand new belt. The belt is shipped on its way. It'll be here. We're going to drop that beautiful picture of that belt next week. Week before Dead Man's Party. It's gorgeous, man. I've never been so proud of AWC and where we've come. And it's a fully custom belt. It ain't no WWE knockoffs or nothing like that. It's the original real deal. So it'll be an awesome match. Ladder match, Cade Sato, AK, and Max Carnage. If you've ever seen any of these three guys work, you know what you're in for. That's for sure. Then, of course, the feature presentation, Mr. 93.3 The Planet, Jeff Lewis Neal. He'll be taking on Hawk Thomas, who was a former All-Star Heavyweight Champion. We're going to give him a shot to see if he can advance. He's going to take on Jeff Lewis Neal, and the winner of that will go on to face the winners of the December show in February. So that'll be more explained after Dead Man's Party. And then, of course, the non-sanctioned match, Black is Jack versus Damian Wayne. You know, I see this match, and I'm thinking shades of freaking Terry Funk and Cactus Jack, man. I mean, these guys are just they're I don't know if you've ever seen Damian Wayne work, but man, he's in a whole league of his own. And of course,
all I have to say is rules. What rules?
Exactly, and that was the reason why we made it non-sanctioned, because you know Damian Wayne, with what he, you know, with the things Blackness has said about Damian Wayne, and Damian Wayne's like, look, you know, hey, put up or shut up, and you know, finally we just say, hey, you know what? The way these two guys are going back and forth with each other, I don't want to be held liable for this. The AWC don't be. So, you know, we're making it non-sanctioned. Let them beat the hell out of each other. Do whatever they're going to do and have fun with it. And of course, last but not least, the
My
first blood
match.
Yeah, a personal favorite of yours. Yeah, you even messaged and told me that. First blood match, Mike Levy versus Johnny Ryder. This fight has been brewing for a year, practically a year, and it will end for good on October 5th. Who's going to draw first blood? I don't know, but I tell you what, if you didn't see Honor Among Us, if you didn't see the match, go to our YouTube page and watch the end of that match between them two one-on-one. Them chair shots, man. Good God. Them chair shots that
gave
like
me
a
something
shotgun
to get
going off.
invested in, brother. Woo! I was ready.
Dude.
I was already ready for the match when I saw that. I was like, oh, brother, here we go.
Mike Levy invested in some Advils, what he invested in. That's advanced medicine for pain, brother. I'm telling you what, Johnny Ryder did not let up on them things. It was brutal. So
Joshua said, hey to everybody. Let's get into some of this, man. Dak said, Zack Zullo, I don't know you, bro. Why are you trying to be bigger than The Undertaker? Just saying. Bigger than The Undertaker.
I mean, I'm probably physically bigger than The Undertaker to some degree. I mean, that's about it. Hey, I mean, I kind of see that as a compliment. You know, the dead man, The Undertaker's a legend, man. He's, you know, so.
I would have took that as a compliment. Somebody said I was as good as The Undertaker or trying to be like The Undertaker.
I'm not trying to shortchange myself.
The tellers are coming and will show everyone an experience no one will ever forget. I believe that. We have the Teller brothers coming up soon on #Truth, so you'll get to see them firsthand. Yeah,
those guys are a good tag team, man. The Max and Jay, man, they're two good kids, man, that that have worked their way out of where they were at, and now they're coming out. And AWC took an investment on them, and they were very impressive in their debut against Cade Seidel. And even though Cade Seidel won the match, it wasn't because they didn't give all. Because I'm telling you what, Cade Seidel's a hell of a fighter by himself, but that whole situation with them and the 5-star district, I'm sure is far from over. And of course, we'll see that on October 5th. So
no doubt whatsoever. Felix Feelgood said it's going to be a 5-star show, bunch of good talents.
Yep, that's
you saw what he did there, right? 5-star show.
Yeah. All puns intended, I guess.
All puns intended. 1-2 war is coming for you. We're gonna have to get him on here to talk about that. He keeps going on like that, man. He's doing a great promo without even saying anything. You know what I'm saying? That's what
I'm telling you, man. That the guys are doing well.
Is there any other way to get tickets other than in advance? I can answer that one. Buy it at the door.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. We have a select number of general admission tickets left. I've got some myself. You can buy them online at awcwrestling.com, or you can get a hold of the Bassmaster Jack Morgan or my good friend Jeremy Ricketts. They have some physical general admission tickets at second row and back, so you can sit anywhere in second row and back. Adults are $12, and kids ages 4 to 8 or 5, and of course anybody under the age of 3 is free. So
and first come, first serve. So you better get there quick, because there'll be a dead man's party from the second row to the fifth row, man. I ain't joking. There's gonna be people wanting to get there.
We've already sold 80. Our pre-sale already. We've already sold 80 tickets. That's 64 front row, and we've already sold like 16 general admissions. I mean, we're selling this thing out. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Wow, the armory up there ain't gonna be the same. I'll tell you that.
No, they're gonna have to build on.
Felix Feelgood said in 3 minutes. I don't know what that is, but okay. Explain that one to me, Felix. Zack Zullo, hashtag the legend. Okay.
I promise you, I didn't pay for any of that.
Oh, I am righteous. Said tellers, the only experience they will see will be 5-star. I knew something would get started on here. It always does when Zack Zullo's around. Something always has.
Always drama, man. Always.
James says, thank you for what you do for the business. Well, I don't know if he's talking to me or you, but we'll both thank him. Hey, man, we love what we do, man. We love wrestling. Exactly right. We love indies wrestling, and I love having Zack Zullo on, because to me, he's doing indies wrestling right, man. He puts all the information out there for you. And you know what you're going to get before you even get there. So, other than the match itself, which, is always going to be, all puns intended again, all the matches are going to be 5-star anyway. So show up and show out, man. I mean, it's there for the taking. It's there to have a good time. And it's not expensive, folks. It's really not.
No.
Matt, don't let your mouth write checks. We will cash for you. Woo,
wow.
Man. Dump Truck is in the house. Thanks for showing up to hashtag Truth, Dump Truck.
I like Dump Truck.
Cade beat the Teller Goofs and the Prince of Goof in 3 minutes. Oh, that's what he was talking about. Yeah. Okay. I got you. Yeah. I got you. And the Bassmaster has shown up at hashtag Truth. There's the guy right there. If you want general admission tickets, the few that are left, that's one of the men to hit up right there.
That's it.
He's already hit me up. He hit me up right away, man. So
he's a hard worker, buddy. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you. He did a video online and everything, man. He was putting all his merch out there, the whole 9 yards, man. He's got it going on. Cade got by an inch. We were prepared for Hawk, not Cade, but we're ready for y'all. Don't worry. Hey, I'm pretty sure you guys are, but you never know what's going to happen at Dead Man's Party. You got to be prepared for everything, and that's all the stuff. Even, any show, any changes can be made. You got to show up and be ready to fight anybody at any given night, man. That's why they have that little logo at the bottom of every poster that says card subject to change.
Yeah. That's it. I even named a show after that just to tell you how much it changes. No, and see, that's the thing to bring up a point with the tellers. They were scheduled to work Hawk Thomas, but Hawk Thomas had an emergency that he was unable to be there at the event. And, of course, Cade Seidel was end up being the individual that they faced. My thing is, my big question is simply this. If the tellers are going off running their mouth saying, he got by an inch, if they were prepared for Hawk and they got their butt beat by Cade, how bad was Hawk going to beat these guys? I mean, how bad was that going to happen? That's the real question. If you barely got by Cade Seidel, which I'm not taking nothing away from Cade because Cade's a hell of a worker, but if you barely got by with Cade Seidel, I don't think you would have stood a chance against Hawk Thomas.
Right, without a doubt. If you don't think Cade Seidel knows what he's doing, ask Max Carnage about that kick he got upside the head at the end of Honor Among Us. His bell is still ringing, but Yep. He's probably sitting at home going, "Sanctuary!" That bell ringing in his head. Like he's Quasimodo. Oh, I love it. I'm telling you, I love Jack Morgan. Check this out. Oh, wait a minute. Hit the wrong button. It moved up on me. Also, I have new merch. Seat cushions. Rent them or buy them for $10. Look at that, man. The hardest working man in Indies wrestling, Jack Morgan. Look at that.
He's going to make those hard-ass seats a little bit more comfortable for you.
There you go. I Am Righteous says the difference between 5-star and the tellers, one word, righteous.
Lordy mercy. People say I got an ego.
It always comes back to being righteous, brother. It always comes back to being righteous. We take our L, we go from that, and trust me, you will learn and see what war is. I'm telling you, you talk bad about the tellers, and they come right back and say, "Hey, loss is a loss. We're gonna pass that up. We're ready for the next fight, man." You keep talking about that L while we come. We're coming ready to fight. I like that, man.
It's a learning experience. It's learning experience.
I love it, man. Dump Truck said, giving them something to invest in. Shot. All right, let's see. Felix Feelgood said, Matt, last time we got called death, well, you did witness what happened to the end when me, Will, Cade held the 5-star hand in Nefarious. So better start dreaming. So more, because it's not gonna come. #truth. Boom, baby. I think what he's saying is you better come prepared because 5-star is gonna put you down anyway.
That's some bold words from Felix, man. He's getting mighty brave in his young age.
Right. We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Felix, I'm getting choked up. There's so much going on. Felix, you'll learn you're still a kid. We're gonna teach you like a man, is I think what he meant to say. But yeah.
Wow.
So is everything coming together like you thought it would, Zach? Seriously, is the show looking good? You already told us the ticket sales are looking good, man. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen beyond this. I mean, you got a ladder match in here. You've got a bunch of belts being fought for. I mean, there's a lot of exciting things coming up in AWC, and you're already talking about the December show and stuff like that,
Oh yeah.
And Dead Man's Party ain't even here yet. You're already saying, well, this is going to go into this show and this is going to go into that show. So a lot of great storylines at AWC that are all coming together, man. A lot of fresh faces coming into AWC. You must have a lot of wrestlers that are wanting to come in and join AWC's ranks because, it just seems like there's a lot of fun to be had.
Well, I mean, you're right, Scott. I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on. We've to answer your last question, there is a lot of guys that are trying to get in touch with AWC, that are trying to get in with AWC. They realize what we're doing, they see it, and I mean the writing is on the wall. There's a change coming, man. And for a lot of people, especially people that's a part of AWC, it's a good thing because it shows that finally all the hard work, all the effort, all of my mouth running, believe it or not, is finally going to pay off.
You don't run your mouth. You don't make trouble.
Just a little.
Not
Just
you.
a little. But you know, all the bullshit that I've been spilling, you know, all year long, things should, you know, there's a change coming, transitions. We're making the change, you know, and that's exactly what we've been doing. You know, we've been working really hard to make ourselves that premier package that, you know, and I'm not taking anything away from the other promotions around here, because I'm not. But at the same time, I will say this: step your game up, because I promise you, if you don't, your fans will come here and they will get the experience they've been looking for. And that's not to be negative. That's just to be honest.
That's what we need to hear out of every promoter, man.
It's
those
exactly
words right there. Because man, I'm telling you, if every promoter said those words, you know,
well,
I have to tell you something, man. And this is the honest to God's truth. There are, that I know of right now, 5 shows that are going on October 5th within a 50-mile radius of where I live. Okay. And man, I'm telling you, a lot of great shows, if they were promoted like you just said, and I'm not saying they're not promoting them good. Don't come back at me and say I'm promoting it great. I'm just saying if everybody shot out like you just did and said, hey man, you know, you got to come here. If not, you're missing something. You're missing the big deal. Everybody would get into wrestling. Yep. I'm serious, man. Everybody would sell out. Everybody would have, you know, like I say, something to invest in. Yep. I hope everybody keeps doing what they're doing. And I have to tell you, AWC, the one thing I love about AWC is a fan. And again, you know, and I also see it as a journalist, that you're putting everything out there for everybody. We don't have to guess who's coming to the shows. We don't have to, you know, we know who's fighting who, why they're fighting. You're giving us something to invest in. We know that when that's done, something else is coming down the road. That is a good thing for a fan, because we're already looking forward to December too. I bet if you started selling December tickets today, you'd already sell some tickets for December, because they know after the first blood match, that can't be the end of that. They know after these 6-man and 8-man tags you got going on, and the ladies match you got going on, it ain't going to be the last we're going to hear from these guys. They're going to be, you know, that's just making more and more to invest in down the road. And that's what a lot of fans are looking for. And you're giving it to them right out front.
Well, I mean, that's the whole point. I mean, to deny a fan information that's you can easily make available is ignorant, to be honest. And I'm not calling anybody stupid. I'm just saying that whole idea is ignorant, because why would I keep a secret from you? Because if I keep a secret from you, that could potentially be the deciding factor of whether or not you show up at my show. You know, that one wrestler or that one storyline or that character or whatever you want to call it, or that one match type that you love. If I keep it out as a secret, then guess what? Your money that you come through the door to pay at my show will go somewhere else. And as much as I appreciate other promotions, I don't want your money going somewhere else. I want your money coming to AWC, because when AWC packs a building, when AWC has a full house, and when AWC has a great wrestling experience for all these fans and gives all these fans this experience, then you're going to spend your money again here. And that helps make my promotion grow, and it helps me bring in better talent, and it helps me develop better storylines and everything. Production, everything.
Not only bring in better talent, but it helps you to make the talent that's already here better too, because they're going to want to fight for spots.
That's it. And trust me, there's only so many spots that I have available. I'm not like some of these guys out here that will just book 14 matches on a card and say, well, hey, you know, I got to make sure everybody that showed up is getting a spot. No, I want you to feel like getting a spot at AWC means something. You know, and I know there's people out there that don't care for me or don't like me or whatever, but hey, that's fine. I don't give a shit. But at the end of the day, you can sit here and look and say,
you mean there's haters out there in the world, Zack Zullo? Never. Come on, man.
Oh, man.
We're on social media all the time. We never come across haters.
Well, in all fairness, Scott, I will say this. In all fairness, here in the last little bit, I haven't got no flack from anybody, and that's a good thing. because I guess finally maybe some people have either decided to either shut up talking about it, or they finally realize that no matter what they're going to say about me and what I do, it's not going to matter. At the end of the day, you can't argue the product. You can't argue 200 plus people in a building. You can't argue that. No matter what you want to say or what you
tell
want to do.
1,000 words, don't they?
That's exactly right. And the one word I can tell more than anything that it says is excellent. That was excellent. That's a good show. That's a packed house. That was a draw, man. That's, you know, that's full. That's what you're looking for. That's progress.
Right.
You know, there's some shows out there that aren't drawing 30 people. I know this for a fact. 30 people. But then they alienate themselves from the business and from the fans, and then they wonder why they can't make no money. They wonder why they don't go anywhere or do anything, and it's for that very reason. They don't set up storylines. They don't give you nothing to invest in. They confuse
He said it. I didn't.
I'll take full blame for it. You know me. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I need to get a new shirt that says I don't sugarcoat shit, because I don't. I don't. I'm going to be honest, but it's the truth.
That's it. It is.
It's the truth.
I agree. I agree 100%.
Why would you pay that? Why would you pay $10 to go see something that doesn't progress when you can go right down the road and pay $5 for something you see that progresses every month?
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, why would you do that? Well, you know, but that's my opinion, purely my opinion, and that's the reason why we're doing.
I mean, to go back to what we were talking about before about you putting all the information out. Now, don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, it's okay to have that surprise. You know, surprise. You know, like to have somebody come out and say, "Okay, I'm having an open challenge or something. Who's going to come out?" And nobody knows. That builds a storyline too. But we're talking about, you know, some promotions that don't advertise anybody that's going to be at the show. I mean,
don't give anything.
Nobody. All they do is put up a poster, and sometimes you got to have more than that. You know, sometimes you just got to have more than that.
Well, you got to give fans the reason, like you've always said, and I've taken this whole idea to heart. You know, when you said something to invest in, you know, as a promoter, I want you to invest in what I do, because you invest what I do, I survive. I progress. My fans progress. My talent progresses. My promotion, everything progresses. When you put just a poster out there letting people know, well, hey, we got another show coming up. Okay.
Well, not only that, but like we mentioned before, the wrestlers are going to want to come wrestle for you if you're giving them a storyline to be. If you're giving something for them to be involved in, they know they're going to be there 2 or 3, 4 shows. You know, they're going to get paid 2 or 3, 4 shows. You know, that helps them out. They're going to get seen because you're selling a bunch of tickets. You know, you're already saying you're at your last few tickets. You know, and then it's going to be standing room only. Yeah, and you know, so. If I was a wrestler, I'd want to be at a show like that. Hey, sign me up. You know, if you got standing room only already, you know, we're still a week away, 2 weeks away. Hey, sign me up for that show, because I know all eyes are going to be on me at some point.
That's it. And the more people that see you, the better opportunity you have of progressing in the business of getting a better payout, working for a better promotion, working against a better talent. And the next thing you know, the mighty WWE is calling you, wanting to offer you an NXT developmental deal, or Ring of Honor, or AEW, or whoever, you know, is your preference of wanting to wrestle. But that's how you get there. That's how you do that. And every promoter should want to have the best house possible. That should be their goal, not just, well, whatever, we're having a wrestling show. If that's your mindset, then get the hell out of the business, because we don't need that. We don't. That's just more fans for us, because trust me, you let it sit long enough, I'll take them from you. I'll take them from you. Plain and simple. I'll find a way to get my face in front of them.
That's it. Hey, and like I said, I like that in a promoter, because if I know a promoter's out there promoting their, like I said, it all comes back to the fan. Yeah, and that's what it is. You know, you're not going to go anywhere if you don't get us in the building. That's just where it comes. That's just where it comes from. Your promotion ain't going to thrive. Your wrestlers aren't going to be known. Nobody's going to know your the people that are helping you pay for things. And you know, what word am I looking for? The people who you put their posters out there because they give you money to help you pay for the wrestlers.
Oh, sponsors.
Thank you. Yeah. It just blew my mind. sponsors won't get seen if you're not getting people in there and all that. I don't know why that word just slipped my mind, but I was thinking
okay.
so far ahead it just slipped my mind. Sponsors won't be seen, and you're not going to have a show very long if you keep that up, or your show is going to be dwindling. Like you said, you don't want 30 people. As a wrestler, you don't want to look out and, from the curtain and see 30 people or 20 people at a wrestling show. That, some people will go out there and give 100% anyway, and that's what they should do.
Right.
But you really want a promoter to get out there, promote the crap out of it, and do everything to get a packed house. That's what people they believe in you to do that, and you believe in the wrestler to come in and give you 110%, and the fans are going to show up.
I agree. I completely agree. And for the wrestlers that are watching this, do not feel that you are above and beyond sharing a post, sharing a poster, telling people about a show, any of that stuff, because in this day and age, and I've said this several times on whenever I do my videos and stuff every once in a while, that nobody's above the concept. We're in a social media age, we're in a digital age now, to where your post, if you've got 500 friends and I've got 500 friends, well, I put a post out. Well, that's 500 friends that might see it, and you share it. That's 500 of your friends that might see it. So I'm potentially now in front of 1,000 people that I wouldn't have been before if I didn't share nothing.
Exactly. And it's the same thing if you go out there and beat the path with regular posters and post them up. You want to post them in an area where they're going to get seen by eyes. The more eyes that see the posters, period, the more chances you have of people showing up.
Yep.
That's just common sense.
Right. Well, and you're right. And this is also where networking and working with promotions and being decent to one another comes into play too. I will give a personal shout out. I know you're the president of their fan club, EWF. At their Holly Yatsko Memorial Cup, I had a gentleman there who was handing out flyers, and I told him, I said, you need to ask Joey Godfrey if it's okay to do that, because he wanted to hand them out. I said, well, I don't want to cause any riff on anybody.
He came up to me and he was talking to me about it. We spoke about this. He came up to me and he talked to me about it, and I was like, that was the first question out of my mouth. I was like, I'm not going to talk to you about another promotion at EWF unless, you ask the guys. He goes, oh, no, I already talked to Joey. It's okay. We can talk. I was like, okay. As long as, that's okay. If you're going to somebody's backyard to do something like that, at least get the okay, because that will start something in a heartbeat.
Well, it will. And that's the reason why it's important to communicate. And, when the information was handed out, the guy even told me that Joey even said that he might even consider showing up to the show. I'm not saying he will or he won't. So and if he doesn't,
you would give him the same. I'm pretty sure you'd give him the same courtesy if he showed up and he had posters for his shows coming up, and he walked up to you and said, "Hey, man, do you mind if I pass a few?" That's what it's about, man. There's enough fans out there to go to more than one show. The problem that I have is when there's 4 great shows on the same Saturday and I got to choose. That's what sucks about it. That's the only thing in my eyes that sucks about independent wrestling.
Yeah.
When there's 4 great shows on one day and you got to pick, and the other 3 look at you like, really? You didn't pick me? Really? Well, the way I do it, and the way I've always done it, is first come, first serve. Whoever asked me first, that's who gets it. And you're always first on the ball. So, you came up to me right after the last show and you were like, hey, would you like to do this? Would you like to do this? Would you like to do this? Come on over. Let's do this. And I said yes. So,
I'm personally, well, I don't want to say I'm really sorry, but I'm conveniently sorry that I upset the other promotions that you won't be there. But hey, I have to do something, man. I gotta get my shit out to everybody.
I'm only one person, and I am trying to get out there to all, and I am trying to get out there to everybody. I will be getting out to all the shows that I haven't been to. I mean, at least once. That is my goal between now and the end of the year, or at least going into next year, is I want to get out and see everybody. I've went out and seen ACCW. I've went out. These are all that are in your area. These are your the ones that you're going up against in your area. EWF I go to every time they have a show. I don't, mix words when I say that.
Yeah.
IWC I want to go out and see. There's all kinds of other shows. APW, Adrenaline Pro Wrestling, all kinds of other shows that I want to go see up there. But you have to entice me, first of all, to get there. Oh, and I don't want to leave out USA Main Event, because USA Main Event, man, Chad Scott's got it going on up there, and I'm gonna make sure I get up there one of these days, because Chad Scott's
I heard he's got a really good
promotion
product in, was it Lincolnton, I believe, right?
Yes, he's in Lincolnton.
Yeah,
and I'm definitely gonna get up there.
Good luck to him, man. I hope it works out well up there in Lincolnton.
Yeah, he's doing great. He's sold out 4 shows in a row. He's already 4 shows ahead in sellouts and everything.
That's awesome.
And he has a training facility up there, which is really good. He literally trains the guys that come in to wrestle for him for months before they even get, sometimes even a year before they even touch the ring. So, that's why we're going to talk about this. We're going to go right into this since we're talking about that. Let's put this up here. You yourself are going to be doing some training.
I'm going to try to anyway.
Talk about it a little bit.
Well, it's something that myself and David Cody, Norton Lewis, for most people that know him, it's just something that me and him both want to do. We want to try to find a way to give back to the business. And, obviously, we're no top build star or anything, but there's a lot of things that we know and that we've seen that guys aren't, fully taking advantage of, or some things that these guys are missing. And, we're both always got our, ears to the ground, when it comes to hearing about talent and doing things and going places. And some of these guys are struggling in various departments of this stuff, all departments, 1 or 2 departments, it just varies. And so, we're putting together this free little, this little free seminar, man, and it's cut and dry. Want to get better? That's the main question you got to ask yourself. Do you want to get better? And so we're doing the seminar. We're going to cover social media, kind of how to better do that. Develop a social media presence, marketing for yourself, promoting, presentation, maybe some things you're missing. Of course, like I said, increased bookings, payouts, and more. I know payouts. Ooh, that's a big word. I promise you, we're going to teach you how to get more than just a hot dog and a handshake. I promise you. But it's absolutely free. It's free, man. Like I said, we're not no top build stars. It's going to be from 2 to 4 p.m. at the Armory and Morganton.
And the bottom of it is what catches my eye out of the whole thing you have up here. 60 plus years combined experience and honest feedback. They're not going to feed you any bull, folks. It's going to be, if anything, Zack Zullo and especially David Cody is honest to a fault. He will tell you straight up if you suck. If you suck, he's going to tell you suck. You need to change this. I ain't gonna lie. He's told me a few times. I ain't gonna lie to you, and he was right. And he was right. And I had to change my ways. And so if you show up there, I'm telling you, I'll tell you how important it was for me to see this. I even asked to come. I got told no because I'm on this side of the. This side, and I understood, but it hurt my feelings. I wanted to be there, but I understand it all. I'm a fan first and foremost. I've always said it, and that's what they came back with. They were like, Scott, if we tell you everything in the business, you're not going to look at it from a fan's perspective anymore. And I agree with that. So, that's so
by doing that, that almost sabotages your whole podcast. You don't want to do that.
And I'll be okay. My feelings will come back. I'll quit crying eventually. But no, I'm just kidding. We're all good, man. But take advantage of that, guys. Really, really.
Please do, man. That, and that's what I was telling some guys the other day. I said, if you are within 2 hours of that location, get down here. 1.5 hours, 2 hours from this location.
All it's going to cost you is
get down here and take advantage of it.
All it's going to cost you is your gas money. That's
it. Just time. And then with what we can tell you, with what we can teach you, you'll make that gas money back very quickly. And you'll learn things that, when you start putting it together, you'll be like, God, that makes so much sense. Why didn't I think of that? Or there'll be things that you never would have thought to ever do. And then when you start seeing the rewards that you gather from all this effort that you're making, you'll be like, man, these guys aren't full of shit. They actually know what they're talking about.
Right.
So I mean, that's the reason why, I've got about 20 years of experience in the business. David Cody's got well over 40, but I mean, 60s, that sounds kind of old enough. So,
Right.
but, we're going to be honest with you. We're going to give you feedback. If you're a tenderfoot and you don't want your feelings hurt, this probably ain't the seminar for you, just because.
Look here, one of the Teller brothers said we're 5.5 hours away and we're going to be there. So
there you
that'll
go.
tell you, how important it is to them. They're driving
Yep.
5.5 hours just to come hear you two talk for 2 hours about wrestling and what they need to do. And that's a tag team that wants to get better. I mean,
That's it.
And I'm telling you, if I could be there, I would be there because, you could help me with my show probably and with some of the things you're telling them, about Facebook and things like that. Maybe it's something I need to hear. I'm still trying to weasel my way in if you haven't noticed, but I get it, man. I get it. These guys need to show up and especially if you're young, if you're green, as we call them, if you're 3 years or less in the business, in-ring experience, this would be a great seminar for you. I mean, even if you're even a little bit more than that, if you're not getting the bookings that you feel you should be getting, 60 years of experience between two people, folks, you're not going to find that in many other seminars. I mean,
damn,
I'm
sure
not
not
saying
for free.
Yeah, not for free. Not for free, right? Exactly. So, that just goes to tell me that AWC cares about the wrestlers in their area, and that's a great thing, man.
We want a future, man. We want a future for this business, and I mean, and just to let everybody know, it's not just for wrestlers. It's for referees. It's for managers. Ring announcers. And hey, I know this sounds crazy, but it's even for promoters too. If there's a few promoters that want to sit down and seriously learn, if you're having shit draws and you can't figure out what's going on, we'll help you. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, your next show, you're going to draw 300 people. But no, what we'll do is we'll give you the tools. We'll give you the tools to get you going in the right direction.
I'm going to have you make the word. I'm going to have you put the word podcaster in there. I'm going to make one of these days.
We'll get there. Maybe not this one, but we'll get there. I promise.
I know.
I got to keep. We'll get there.
Doggone it, Zack Zullo. There you go, making promises again. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait a minute now. What's that supposed to mean?
Isn't that? I gotta stir the pot.
They ain't found the last guy that said that about me. So just keep that in mind.
Chuck says I'm really good at stirring the pot. I just had to start stirring the pot. You know what I'm saying? It don't take much when Zack Zullo's involved, though, right?
You're right.
I mean, all I got to do is say a little bit, and everybody jumps from the woodworks. I mean, you're like me. I mean, I say something wrong, and everybody's there to correct me. But it's like, I get 50 messages after the show. It was supposed to be this, not that. It was supposed to be that, not this. You suck.
Well, if anything's wrong, then I'll take the blame for it this show. I take the blame for stuff anyway. So
nah, you're good, man.
No shame.
You're good. All the information is there. If they know how to read, they can definitely see the information because we're putting it up on the screen. I mean, how?
Yeah.
You can't get any better than that.
I would say it's there in black and white, but I'm definitely sure that's not black and white. It's very colorful, and I mean, man. We've got an event poster.
Now, we're going to have to talk about that for a few minutes because that's something that you are really, really speaking to a lot of people about, and you've made tons of your videos, which I still cry every day because you don't make them as often as you used to. That, posters are a huge thing in promoting a show, and it's one of the first things that people see, especially on social media. When you put your poster up, man, it should look like a wrestling poster. It should be something that gets people's attention. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And speak on that for a few minutes because I like listening to you tell, and it's not just that, it's wrestlers too. They should want to be promoted properly. If you feel you're big enough to be on the poster, go to these guys and say, hey, here's my picture, here's my promo picture. if send it to your poster maker, or if he's on Facebook or whatever, I'll send him a picture through Messenger. Get me on the poster. I want to be on the poster,
Yeah.
because I want to know who's going to be there.
Well, I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, the thing is, with wrestling promotions or just advertising in general, I mean, it's a very, I'm kind of breaking into part of what, I'd be telling some of the promoters and stuff on the seminar, but the thing is simply this is, your poster it's a visual representation of what you're offering the fans, and you've got to give them something that when you look at yourself, you get excited about. You go, hey man, this looks great. This is something I want to see. And if you have people that are putting out these quote unquote posters, and they're using these stupid apps that are free, and I'm gonna burn some down right now. So if you use these, quit using them, please. For the love of God, quit using them. On your phone, there's these apps called Poster Maker or Photo Lab or any of that other dumb shit. Quit using that. Quit using it. Come and find a graphic designer that will help you produce a better looking poster than what you're doing. And even though I make posters, I make all sorts of different graphic design. I made all the graphics for Dead Man's Party and all the other posters we've done for AWC and a couple other promotions. I'm not even promoting myself in this aspect. There's several other people out there that do great graphics that are reliable. Devin Cruz is one of them. He does a really great job. Jonathan McConnelly and McConnelly Graphics out in Texas, he does a really great job. These are good, reliable sources of advertisement that will make your show look better and will make people go, now that looks like a professional wrestling event.
You'll get your money back in the investment with the more people that are going to come to your show.
Yeah.
Because they see a crisp, clean poster with good-looking wrestlers on it, and the information is clean and clear, and people can read it perfectly, and they understand how much money, where it's going to be at, and things like that. If we can't see all that, we're going to bypass it. I mean, if we look at a poster and we can barely read the name of the organization across the top, I'm going to tell you personally, I'm not going to give that poster a second look. I'm just going to keep scrolling if I'm looking on Facebook. I mean, I'm just being honest. I mean, if you're not investing enough time for me to see what your name is, why should I invest in the rest of it?
That's exactly right, and that's a main thing. Is people don't seem to understand that is with the advertising poster of either whether it be a wrestler or an event or whatever thing like that. You should be able to find all the vital sources of information about that event, who, what, where, when, why, and how much, and what it is, all within 10 seconds. If you can't find that information within the first 10 seconds, which a lot of people's like 10 seconds, really, that's a long, that's pretty quick.
That's not a long time. You should be able to read all of that in 10 seconds.
You should be able to scroll through that and not have any problem whatsoever within the first 10 seconds of viewing that poster. If you have problems trying to find it,
and you should have a visual of a few of the wrestlers that are going to be there while you're reading that.
Yeah, and that's something that I had to learn. And it's all part of growing. It's all part of it. Is sometimes less is more. You don't have to have 25 guys on a poster to put over the fact that you're going to have a wrestling show.
Right.
My thing has always been, and here's a little bit of information.
To be honest with you, the old school poster, like the old 1950s, 60s, and 70s way of making posters where, you hardly even saw a wrestler on the poster. Even those are good if they're done crisp and clean, and you don't have to, search for the information. You know what I'm saying? If you could go straight down the poster, the name of the organization, where it's going to be at, this guy's fighting this guy, this guy's fighting this guy, this guy's fighting this guy, why they're fighting, and things like that. Even those kind of posters will get over quicker than one that you do on one of those apps that you can't read, and it just looks ugly, and you see the watermark behind it. That drives me nuts. I don't know about you, but the watermark thing, when you're looking at a wrestler and you got a watermark right in the middle of his face, that just drives me nuts, dude.
Well, that just tells you that they didn't make the effort they didn't put forth the effort to make that a quality, or that a priority. Right. I'll say that it didn't make it a priority, and it didn't just stem from the promoters too and the graphic designers. It's also got to do with the wrestlers.
Right.
Wrestlers, more than anything, get a quality looking promotional picture or promo pic for short, whatever you want to call it.
And make sure you have one or two with one color behind you so they can do the cutout and put you on the poster. That's the big one.
And for God's sakes, don't make it green. Don't make it green. I as a graphic designer and as a promoter and as a former wrestler, for the love of God, don't make it green. Make it white, make it black, make it brown, gray. I don't give a shit. Any other color but fucking red or green. Any color but red or green.
There's a lot of people who have green screens. That's probably why you see green behind them all the time. A lot of people that take pictures, they have a green screen, behind, to do the photographs. But yeah,
but there's plenty more white walls than there are green walls. So just take a picture behind a white wall. That's all I'm asking. And it makes cropping pictures so much easier, man. It really does, and that's the reason why some of these guys, you see them, and you'll see pictures of them. You know what I'm talking about, Scott.
Oh yeah.
You see guys that have a greenish glow around the border of that person. That's from a green backdrop. Those are not good.
Right.
Don't do that. That makes it look bad. And don't.
You've got to be really good at cropping a picture. And a lot of people have no clue what we're talking about. But basically what you do is when you take a picture of a wrestler with a single color behind them on the actual computer screen, it's like taking a pair of scissors in school and you're cutting that person out with all the background out of it. That's basically what you're doing on a program. And if you're wondering what we're talking about with cropping, and it is not an easy thing. Sometimes it could take a few minutes depending on how, what the wrestler looks like. Sometimes it could take up to an hour to crop a person out. And if you don't believe me, talk to some of these people that make the posters. I'm just learning. I'm just learning myself. And trust me, it's taken me just to do a half a person. Even if I just, edit to a half a person, it takes me 20 to 30 minutes to cut somebody out. So I give these guys who make these great looking posters all the props in the world, because it's not just the 10-minute type a few things, throw it up on the screen and throw. No, it takes hours of work. It is a ton of work. And they're really, to be honest with you, a lot of them don't charge enough money. And I'm just being real about it but they understand too that you have to make money and that everybody else has to make money. So it kind of, rolls down the line. But these guys are the backbone of professional wrestling, and a lot of people don't realize that. Without these posters, it's just word of mouth whether we want to go or not.
Yeah, and Lord knows that everybody shares these memes and GIFs and stuff nowadays. They don't have time to share an actual poster. I mean, people that make posters, man, are unsung heroes. They really are. And I'm not even putting myself in that, even though I make posters. I mean, they really are. I've seen some great posters from a lot of great people.
I've got to show this because this was funny to me. He put this up the other day, and I laughed hysterically. Jack Morgan literally got suspended off of Facebook for promoting too much.
Wow.
He put it up there. He put up what Facebook had sent him, and I almost fell on the floor. I was laughing so hard. Not at Jack, at Facebook.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I would love to know the reasoning behind that, But yeah, he got kicked off for promoting too much.
Well, they consider it to be spamming at that point is the reason why he probably got flagged. I know another, I'm trying to remember, it was like years ago, somebody had got kind of put in that position, something similar to that, not necessarily that degree, but they got limited.
Shay said you don't have to be flashy if you got the talent. Now I agree with that too, but it's good for people to know what talent's going to be there. I mean,
it's got to be readable. It's got to be readable, and it doesn't need to look like it was made by a fifth grader, man. I mean, that's the truth of the matter. I mean, my daughter, she's in the fifth grade, man, and I promise you, she can make a better poster just with looking, sitting in front of a keyboard and doing this stuff in some of these other. I mean, that's just the truth. That's the truth. And I'm not saying it because it's my kid, but I mean, realistically, I mean, some of these guys, dude, some of these posters are horrible. I mean, they really are. They really are horrible. And I mean, you know, I'll give some props to when it's due, but I mean, damn, some of these are bad, guys. I mean, they really are. I mean, I'm not trying to down anybody, not trying to tell anybody. I mean, you know, hell, if a graphic designer wants to know something, hell, I'll tell them some of the things I do if they want to come to a seminar and tell them how to do it. But I mean, there's no excuse for just lazy or. Well, I mean,
you could tell the wrestler what I mean. Being a graphic designer yourself, you could tell the wrestlers, like you said, how to do their pictures, how to you know prepare for people, so they'll be more than willing to put you on a poster. I mean,
and that's the crazy thing is because I've actually done that very thing. I did a poster for a guy like a year ago, and Shay, yeah, he preaches the gospel sometimes. Yes, for sure. Shay's not wrong.
No,
but I did a poster for a guy about a year ago, and some of the pictures he sent me was horrible. And I told him, I said, I need these guys to I need a standstill shot, a clear shot of them behind a white sheet, black, blue. I don't give a damn, just whatever. I said, and send them to me. And do you know that the pictures he sent me, that whenever they took the time to do them, were great. We're great. So it's not that these guys can't do it, especially this day and time where technology and a camera, the average camera is like a 13 megapixel camera.
You could take a cell phone with you know, a decent cell phone and go to a whitewashed wall and take a good picture, and that works.
Yeah. I've had several people take camera shots off their phone, and it'll turn out really good. You'd be amazed at what can be done if you just give people, these graphic designers, I don't want to say me because there's more than just me, but if you just give these graphic designers a decent picture to work with, you'd be amazed,
no doubt,
at what can happen. And I mean, Shay, I mean, to kind of point out, Shay and Will, high profile, have great promo pictures. They have great promo pictures. So whenever I make,
they even do great promo videos, man. I have not seen a bad promo video that high profile's been in. They do their stuff up right. I mean, they're not gonna, you know, for a lack of better term, they're not gonna half-ass it. They're gonna make themselves look good. I mean,
that's it. You just got to invest, man. You got.
If you don't invest in yourself, the whole 9 yards, your gimmick, your look, your, you know. And you're bringing the 2-hour seminar to me, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but
I hear you.
But no, this is the last thing I'm going to say. Seriously, if you don't cover all your bases, you're going to see your wrestling career falter. And I'm not telling you that to make you mad. I'm telling you that as a fan, because we're looking for that. We're looking for the next Stone Cold. Us, as especially guys who have been watching wrestling like me for 30 years plus, we're looking for the next new thing, the next Stone Cold, the next Hulk Hogan, the next, you know, that's what we're looking for. And there are some guys out there who are just coming into their own that are giving us that. And I always put this name out there, and I swear to God, if somebody doesn't pick him up, I'm going to be so upset. Jackson Sane is one of them guys. If you've ever seen Jackson Sane in person, that guy, his gimmick gets better and better every time I see him. And that's on video. That's, you know, and I'll tell you another guy who has the same look, the same character, Nefarious. He's another guy. Yeah. If you look at the way he does, Max Carnage, he's getting the face paint on. He's getting the different thing. He's spitting the green, whatever that is that he spits out. That mist, you know, the mist. You know, if you do subtle things to invest in your character to make you stand out from others, that's what's going to get the attention of fans.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's just the little things. You don't have to come out in a sparkly, you know, costume and all that. You've got to have your own character. You got to come out and make us want to watch you. Make sure we have eyes on you. If you come out in just a regular, you know, and I say this all the time as a fan in all my rant videos, if you come out in just a pair of tights and wrestling boots and there's nothing to you, you're a cookie cutter wrestler, we're going to forget about you right after the show.
Yep.
we're going to forget about you. There's nothing to you. You know what I'm saying?
You brought up Nefarious, and I want to brag on him for just a second. I know we're cutting toward the end here.
Yeah,
but when I did the Hickory Comic Con a couple of weeks ago, Nefarious, who works like third shift, he got off work, and in gimmick, he got off work, got home, grabbed his gear, got in gimmick, and was there to help me at the Comic Con when it opened at 10 a.m. and was in full gear. I mean, face paint, the whole nine.
And it was probably hot as all get out up in there, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, he was sweating. He was sweating like crazy. But the thing is, he took the time to invest not only in what we were doing, but in himself. He could have just showed up as he is, and just, hey, here's wrestling, da da da.
Right.
But he took it a step further. He made sure that was effort. Another kid that was with us, Jet Yeager, another good kid who's overlooked. He's got a great look to him, cool gimmick. He'll be with us on Dead Man's Party on the 5th of October. He was there with me as well, fully gimmicked, ready to go. And I'm thinking, why can't some of these guys take the time and effort to do the very same thing? Why can't they do that?
Here's a guy right here, Jack Morgan, Bassmaster, comes out looking like a guy who could go fishing from head to toe, plays his gimmick up from head to toe, comes out with a rod and reel when he walks out. His song is all about fishing, which is hilarious, by the way. If you've never seen Jack Morgan's entrance music, you are missing that. That's worth the price of admission. That's worth the price of admission right there. But I'm just saying, it's people like that, and things like that really get us invested. I hate to keep using that line, but that's what wrestling's all about.
That's the truth.
You got to get us invested.
Yep.
All right, man. I'm gonna put up the logo one more time for Dead Man's Party. We have reached our hour, and I'm gonna let you go over the matches again real quick, and we're gonna get on out of here. But it's always a pleasure, Zach, to have you on. And
yes, sir.
I will be there for Dead Man's Party without a doubt. Maybe not front row, but I'm definitely gonna be there in all its glory. All right, let's go back. Let's get it up here. And there we go, man. Hit it.
All right, man. We got 8 action-packed matches. We got a fatal 4-way to advance in the heavyweight title tournament. We got a women's match. We got the Monster versus the Moose 1-on-1. We've got an 8-man tag match. Then the 5-star district man himself, the hottest commodity in wrestling, Mr. Ivan M. Righteous, is going to have a State of the 5-star district address. We're also going to have a triple threat ladder match to crown the first in 6 years new next generation champion. Then, of course, another qualifying match with Jeff Lewis Neal and Hawk Thomas for the heavyweight title. They'll advance. A non-sanctioned match between Black as Jack and Damian Wayne where anything goes. And then finally the first blood match between Mike Levy and Johnny Ryder to finally end that year-long battle between those two men. Also, Jason Voorhees and Harley Quinn will be cosplaying there. They're going to come hang out with us. You can come and take some pictures with them, have some fun. And of course, we're going to have balloon making from our wonderful friends at Good News Clowns, face painting, photo ops. I mean, man, it's going to be an awesome time.
That sounds good, man. Zach, you're invited back to Hashtag Truth anytime, man. Come back and tell us what's going on at AWC. And just to chat, man. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. I miss Fat Man Rants. Put it back on. I might have to start putting I might have to get people to sign something and get a big
petition.
Get a big petition going to get Fat Man Rants back on the air. But I surely miss it. But the last thing I want to say is, guys, if you missed this 2-hour training seminar right here, you are missing out. 60 years of the combined experience between David Cody and Zack Zullo. They're doing it for free. They're going to go over social media, marketing, presentation. They're going to try to increase your booking. Well, they will increase your bookings. How to get better payouts and a lot more. 2 hours with a ton of information. I'm jealous because they won't let me show up. I'm just going to say it. But you guys can take advantage of that, and we will see you soon. This Thursday, I will have, and this I've been waiting for this for quite a while. Grey Wolf Raventhorn will be on Hashtag Truth this Thursday night. And then right after that is going to be the premiere of the Thursday Night SmackDown with me and Chuck Winchester. You don't want to miss that. We'll see you soon. And that's the hashtag truth. Y'all have a great night.
Thank you, guys.